Hello, welcome back. This is Tesfaye. We are looking at object-oriented programming. Recently, we started looking at the 4 principles of object-oriented programming: abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation, and the polymorphism. In our previous videos, we have seen abstraction and inheritance. And in this video today, we're going to see the third principle called encapsulation. Encapsulation, as the name implies, it encapsulates, it hides some codes that can be inherited, that can be called by other classes in a capsule, in a batch of codes, and make them not accessible to other classes. One way of doing is just like we have seen in our previous video, when abstract classes cannot be inherited in other codes or can be called in other classes. In here we see another form of doing the same, another form of keeping a public or private class not accessible in other codes unless we define in different way. So for this I use a class, one class, and then the main method class. Let me use a student class, okay? Student. And in this student class I will have just one. I can implement many variables, but just let's check one variable. So I'll create private. Let's for now make it public, okay? Public string name, okay? Just one variable, and then we will have setters and getters for this. So we will have them public as well. Public string get name, okay? And this will return name, and we'll have, should have been open and close for the method, and I will have also a public setter, okay? Public void set name. I'm gonna say that it's a string name. Let me make it a new name. This will be this name is equals to new name, okay? It's extra. Then we have these public methods, and then let's create a class with main method when we can implement. So we make this in encapsulation test, okay? Make it test, and then we'll have our main method here, and in here we're gonna instantiate the instance of a new class, an instance of student, okay? Student, as we are doing in the previous one. Student, make the student, can make another one, student new equals new student, okay? This instance of a student, and we just can make student dot name equals, we can make John, okay? We can call any other name, and then now system dot out dot print line, now student dot name. Okay, with this we can print this. We're just calling student class, creating that student class, and then if we print this we can get John, Okay, it's no problem at all. But if we make this name private, the thing we were calling outside, so this is now private. Okay, but if we come here, now we can't bring name. Okay, it is not visible to this, even though it is in the same package. Change visibility of name to package. Replace student name with setter. Other, this is the option that we can use. We will see it soon. But other than that, we can't bring a name like we were using before, because it is private, means it is only accessible to this class. When doing that, actually we can't do any of this. So those are all the codes encapsulated in the private class. So what is the possible way to do is actually by using those methods that we have in there. So if we create another instance of student, we don't have to go out, we can be here. Student, now student 2 equals a new student, instance of student class, and then student 2 dot get set name. Now we can set name here as the name is string, so we have to be string. So let's say Mark, and now we can print system dot out dot print line in parentheses student 2 dot get name. Get name is a method by itself, so it should have those opening and closing brackets. So as you can see, we don't have error here. Let me disable those because this is private. That's why we can't call like that. So we now change it completely our code, and using those methods we can reset them. And if I run this, now I get Mark with no problem. If I make that public, I have no problem in printing both of them. I'm gonna show you. So Mark is okay, John is okay. We should get John and Mark. So this is encapsulation. So making private information like name, like age, we can encapsulate. We can cover them from being initialized and being used in a wrong way. So that is encapsulation, and this code will be available for you when you try to run. Be careful of on which mode here. If it is private, this should be disabled because it won't run. If it is public, everything will be okay for you. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.